Good afternoon, Shirley. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm great, thanks. How are you? Sorry for the line. I don't finish my work in the lab, but I'm here.
Oh, yes. Are you still in the university?
Yeah. No. I get back for my home.
Okay. Okay, you came back home. Okay, but you were delayed because of the work in your laboratory?
Yeah.
Did you
I
have some special work to do today? What happened?
yeah, this is a new process I begin today. So we working in like in the same floor and working in the office, but in this occasion I work that and I change the lab for another for finish my experiment in another lab. So that's moving.
Okay. So you've been changing from laboratory to another one, to a new one.
Yeah,
And
but it's only for the process because I need a specially machine for the finish the experiment.
okay. And there are more devices in this new laboratory, more things that are more advanced, more machines and equipments, I guess. Or why did you change your laboratory to this one?
Yeah, and for this experiment, they had the special machine for that. Like I see three machine. Yeah, three machine. Today I want use one, so only for the imaging. I need to see imaging for the. This is like more like hell telephoresis. So
Okay.
So I need to push in the machine for it. This machine that have like UV, it take a picture.
Okay.
You can see that, so you can send at your drive or you can print the picture.
All right. Interesting. I honestly do not know many of the terms you have mentioned. They are very advanced and scientific, but nonetheless, I guess I got the overall picture that you need to something like a microscope with a UV filter, and then you need to take pictures, right, of that image you're looking at. So it's a different machine than a microscope, right? So a simple microscope. This is something more advanced, right, for capturing images.
Yeah, this is no microscope. This is like
okay, it's not okay.
No, it's microscope. Is the special machine can you see the light for UV? So do you have a hair in this in you process in this hair, you push the different sample in that. So that is amplification for DNA. And for, this light my hair they held it held for the see the DNA in this hair.
All right. When you say hell, what do you mean by that? Like a substance?
I think this is like similar for the I don't know como gelatina. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, this is similar.
All right. I see. Well, interesting. And does that contain something within, inside, or what does that do? I mean, what is that? What is that substance? Is it DNA or is it something related to bacteria? What is it?
Yeah, it's DNA. So
DNA.
this DNA provide for the a culture for parasite.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you're using it to cultivate parasites?
Yeah, I don't do that, but only I work for DNA.
Okay. Okay, because your classmates are collaborating with that, your
another
colleagues.
person that they dig the culture.
Hmm. Okay, I see it. But you were so you were you alone when you were working today, or you were with that partner that you are collaborating with?
Uh, I had work specific for that for the electrophoresis. Yeah.
Hmm.
So the before the process, I the extraction or the preparing for mix or preparing for this erectic for the amplification. There's another person. So
Hmm. But today
I
you were
have
completely alone today.
yeah
Hmm.
yeah.
I guess it's scary to be alone in that laboratory with a lot of machine and DNA stuff.
No,
I mean, I don't
I
know
think
because in a lot of horror movies, it's like many of the scenes and crazy, events going on in the movie are always in a laboratory, right? That something gets out of control and something weird happens. I don't know, a monster comes out of the DNA, things of that sort, right? So
yeah,
of course that
probably
do not,
probably
yeah.
no. They are most of probably
Mhm.
we the people we were in that Schengen monster because they are different reacting for the change your DNA or they are toxic for you or for your body.
Oh,
So
mhm.
that's different.
Okay, but you are not in touch with that. You're not
For
you're not in touch with that. That is to say, you do not get contact with it right now, or you do with
I
that type
did,
of
yeah,
material.
I do. I do because they are specific reactive. This is so too toxic. So I
Hmm.
try. Do you need to be careful? So
But you wear gloves, I guess, or something like that.
no, only for probably 5 minutes directly with this
Uh-huh.
reactive, but another I preparing and I finish that.
All right. So you wear gloves, but have you
Yeah.
ever wear something like a suit in the laboratory? Something that like this chemical suits. I mean, not chemical, right? I mean, this protection chemical suits that people wear. For example, when the pandemic started, right? And in China, for example, there were a lot of images of people wearing these suits similar to the ones that have you ever watched this movie called Monsters Inc. There are these guys, right, in this yellow suit, and they come
Ah,
whenever
yeah,
there's
yeah.
there's some sort of trouble, right, with the chemical stuff because they fear humans, right, and they believe that they are infectious or something. But have you ever used one of those? I mean, of course, it's not yellow, but any other color? Have you used one?
No, just the similar the movie. No, that is
Hmm.
more. This is more probably the people then use that working with bacteria or
Hmm.
virus probably maybe with virus or they are
Yes.
so infection for
Mhm.
this this clothes or specific clothes for that. No,
All right.
only they use glass and bag.
Mhm. Okay. No, I see. I see. Well, better, right? Because it must be super, super warm within that suit, or unless, of course, it has some sort of air conditioning system, right, within the suit, something like I don't know, um, some sort of tube connecting the suit with, as I say, an air conditioning system within the suit that makes the temperature tolerable. I don't know. I don't know how that works, honestly. It's a doubt that I have. I mean, how do they manage to breathe within those suits, right? Because of course, if you are trying to get protected from bacteria, then you have, of course, sealed and you have closed, excuse me, all the different holes and let's say, well, um, holes and entrance of the suit, right? But nonetheless, if you have close of that and you have completely isolated yourself from the exterior world, how do you breathe, right? I guess they have some sort of tube connecting the suit with an air system or something. Do you know something like that? about it? How do they
Yeah,
breathe?
when you work specific for bacteria or parasite or there are any infection for that, do you need
Yes.
like cabin specific for
Okay.
that? In this cabin, they have like filter herpes that's specific for the clean the iron.
Okay. Okay, I see it. And but how do they breathe? Do you know? Do they have some sort of air system, or how do they do it? How do they breathe through those suits?
Yeah, they have like similar for the extractor.
Okay.
They have like panel for the retain the bacteria or parasite or they are different infection or germ for that.
Like a structure, something like a
Yeah.
ventilator, but of course, not pushing the air, but somehow draining it, right? That's the way it works. Something like that.
Yeah, that is similar.
Probably, right? Yes. Well, interesting. I mean, of course, in movies, they always expose it in a different manner, right? As of course as it really is in the actual world. So that's the reason why I'm very curious about it, because and actually sometimes in movies it's like they don't even pay attention to those details, right? Because they show you the men wearing those suits, and you ask, but how are they breathing if they are using or wearing those particular clothes, right? And they don't care about that. They just put it on the movie and hope nobody noticed it, right? But um, yeah, I mean, there are people who always notice those type of errors in movies. Well, fantastic, very good, Shirley. Very interesting what you're doing. Okay, so let us continue then and pursue with our studies. I want to show you this before we get into the presentation. I had been reviewing your homework and also it's called your test or your exams, and you did manage to let's say to approve. It was a good level. Let me show you your grades before we move on. Where's it? Here. Okay, let's see this. So as you can see, these are the last grades that you have received in the last unit. I think it was unit number 2, right? Because now we're getting into unit number 3, and next week we're going to get into unit number 4 of the of this fourth material, right? Because there are some products in this platform in Pearson, and we are right now in the 4th product, which is the last one. So yeah, look at the grades. Let me amplify a little bit. There you are. Yeah, so this is what you got, right? I mean, you also saw it because it also shows it to you. But yeah, I mean, it was good. It was good. And yes, as I say, you have managed to pass, and then you have been promoted to the unit number 3. Okay, but very good, Shirley. Do you have any commentary here?
Yeah, that is a segment for B3, B4. That they are so different for the in B1 or B2 because I in the I remember the listening and the grammar. They are another segment. They before no qualification does now they are like I don't know. This is different. This is different.
Okay.
They have another segment for that. When before don't qualification does, and now qualification does, but like this, the recording or writing, I don't know.
Okay. So you say that before, previously, they used to qualify it, and now they don't do it anymore, or they didn't do it before and they do it now. What is the scenario? The first one or the second one?
Okay, again, you repeat. I don't listen. Okay.
I mean, yes. I mean, as I was because I when I listened to your commentary, you said
yeah
in the past, right? I mean, they have changed they have changed things. So I ask you how they have changed it. How have they changed it? That is to say, in the past, were they qualifying essays and grammar and I don't know, listening, and now they are not doing it anymore? Or is it that now they are doing it and they didn't do it previously?
The second, I think the
The second
second,
one.
because in the first second, I had a note for the in recording or the writing. I say this word no qualification or this word no is not a segment. So
Okay.
in this, so we don't have the qualification for that. That is okay because I don't did that. In this,
Oh
in
yes.
3
Okay.
and 4, that's the same.
Okay. Very good. Yes, yes, yes. I get it now. So yes, yes, you're right. I mean, it's not necessary. If it says there that it has not been assigned to you, then you can dispense with it and move on to the other assignment. Yes. It's fine. Whenever you see a message like that on your screen that says this has not been assigned by your teacher or something like that, just move on, because that is something that it is not going to be considered towards the final score you get in the assignments, and also in the final exam, of course, as well, in the quizzes. Okay.
Yeah, but the problem is I don't I didn't that specific word when you say this is not segment, but the in your grade book or in my grade book that is like F. So
Okay.
I don't under that. Yes, because it's qualification, but
I mean,
they have a
it
note
says F.
for the
I have seen it. Okay. Yes, I
yeah.
see what you mean. Yeah, I mean, I've seen that in some units it says, for example, this one, right? Like this B one. So for example, here it says F, right? FF,
Yeah.
and then there's one that says 88. So yeah, I mean, these ones, the ones that say 0, I never take them into consideration, because I know that whether I have not assigned them to you, or is it because they were attempts and you didn't, and you were just here testing something and you did it well in the final attempt, right? So I always consider two possible alternatives, and when I get those two possible alternatives to consider, well, I always go for the highest score. That in this case, as I say, for example, it was 88, and in the quizzes you got 78. So if you look at the assignment, to the assignment qualification, that is what you got, right? 88, and here 78. As I told you, what I always try to include is, are the highest scores, okay? Not the ones that say F. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about that that space that says F. I never take it into consideration, okay?
Okay, thanks.
All right, no, don't worry. Yes, I mean, I know, as I say, for me, it's like there are two possibilities for this. The first one that I didn't assign it for you, and the second one that in these two attempts, if you did them, you were practicing, or you were trying to understand how to do it, and then in the final attempt, you got this good scores, right? So that's the way I interpret it, and because I interpret it like that, I just always, as I say, choose the highest score, and I don't have any problem, of course, to always give to always write down the best qualification, right? Because of course, I think that you have a good level, so it's not necessary to put Fs or something like that. Not at all. So yeah, as I said, okay, don't worry about that. They are never here. They are never transported to this final score sheet, so that it doesn't affect your performance and also your final and overall qualification whenever we finish this, or excuse me, whenever we finish these classes. Okay, very good. Okay, so having clarified that, do you have any other question here, Shirley?
No, that's okay. Thanks.
Okay, very good. Fantastic. So I'm gonna close this and let's get into today's topic. Okay, we're gonna talk about something very interesting, and I think it's important for you to know about this. the future continuous. All right, we're going to discuss this, the future continuous. So what is a future continuous? Let's read about it. So the future continuous, we use it to talk about something that will be in progress at a specific time in the future. Okay, notice that will be in progress at a specific time in the future. Let's see an illustration. Dean, for example, says, we'll be practicing this afternoon. Look at this sentence and notice that when we use the future continuous, we aren't or we are not interested in when the activity will start or end. It may start before or after the specific time mentioned. So coming back to this sentence, notice that it says, we'll be practicing this afternoon, okay? So in this case, as I mentioned, whenever we use this expression, which is called future continuous, we don't care when is this going to start or when is this going to finish. That is to say, we are not worried nor preoccupied about the time in which this event is going to be taking place. The only thing that we are going to express, okay, with this expression, the future continuous, is that in a period of time, let's say, as you can see, for example, in this case, says, we'll be practicing this afternoon. In that period of time, in the afternoon, we don't know specifically when, at what particular time, we don't know it, but we do have something like what could be this goal? We have something like a parameter. It is in the afternoon, but we are not sure if, for example, 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. or 5 p.m. The only thing that we are expressing is that in the future, at some point, something will be happening. And what is that, for example, for the illustration here? What is that event or thing that is going to be happening? Well, that we'll be practicing this afternoon. And as I say, the afternoon will be something like the parameter that we are giving to this event to take place. But if you notice, this afternoon is not specific, right? We could be specific and say, we'll be practicing at 5 p.m. That will be very specific. But nonetheless, in this case, we'll be practicing this afternoon. It's not specific whatsoever. It's simply giving you a parameter this afternoon, and that's it. Okay. Let me change this slide, and then we're going to also, of course, write it down on the document. So what else? For example, look at the point number 2. Remember that we usually don't use continuous forms with non-action verbs, okay? That is very interesting, non-action verbs. For example, we do not say, Dean will be having a headache tomorrow. That is something that we don't normally do. That is to say, we don't use this structure of future continuous to talk about things with a verb to be. Dean will be having a headache tomorrow. It's not something that we usually say. Also, for example, and here we have the structure, important. In order to form the future continuous, we follow the structure that you can see on your screen. Will be plus the base form of the verb plus ing. We're going to use, in this case, the gerund, if you remember, right? The gerund gerundio. That is exactly what we're going to be using again. So, for example, we can use, by the way, contractions, okay, with this form if you want. Tony says, as an illustration, she will be waiting for ya or for you. Nick responds, Dean will not be playing in the next game. Okay, we can use contractions if you want. All right, very good. So let's try to transport this to our document so we can explain that farther and deeper. Okay, very good. Cool dog. Here. Fantastic. Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you know, by the way, how to say gelatina in English?
No, I don't know.
It is, yeah, don't worry. It said jelly, I guess.
Jelly?
Yes, gelatina. is jelly. And the pronunciation would be jelly, like this. Jelly, gelatina. All right, jelly, gelatina. It can also be mermelada, by the way. Jelly, gelatina, or mermelada. Americans use it indiscriminately, okay? You're gonna find people saying, I want jelly with peanut butter, for example. There is a very famous sandwich in the US called the JB, right? Jelly with peanut butter. Have you ever tasted that?
No, I don't listen.
No. Mermelada y mantequilla de maní, peanut butter.
Yeah, mantequilla de maní.
Yes, exactly. Do you like it, by the way?
No, I don't like it.
You don't like it? Okay.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Super, yeah, super,
American.
Yeah, super American, right?
Yeah.
It's like their exportation dish, basically, or their exportation product, right? Peanut butter. I like it. I like it very much.
Mix for the salt and sugar. I don't know. I don't like it.
Yes, it normally has that taste, right? But I am aware that there are some options, right? That some companies offer peanut butter that is sweeter, and other ones offer one that is a little bit saltier, right? So you can actually go for one of those, right? But yes, I mean, I didn't like it as well in the past. For example, when I went to America, I didn't like it, and I didn't eat it. But then I came back to Bolivia. My mom bought one peanut butter, basically one vessel, right, of peanut butter, and then I discovered that I love it. And basically every single day now, I always take that as a breakfast, a JB sandwich, peanut butter and jelly. So yeah, I mean, some regrets, right, that you have sometimes, that you didn't know that something was delicious. At least in my case, that I liked something and I didn't taste it. You should give it a second time. A second try, maybe it's gonna because you tasted the peanut butter recently, or you tasted it a long time ago. When did you taste it last time?
Yeah, probably the 1 month ago with this peanut butter with chocolate. I don't know.
Chocolate, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and was that a sandwich or something?
No, I don't try sandwich with peanut butter. Probably.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yes, with jelly, it's a good combination. With jelly, con mermelada, it's a good combination. Very famous. All right. So yes, jelly, mermelada. Okay, jelly. Very good. So coming back then to the future continuous. Continuous, like that. Future continuous. So this is a very simple topic, nonetheless, is very useful. So we use this to talk about events that will be happening in the future. Nonetheless, we never express when will this event specifically happen, but we merely express that at some point, en algún punto, at some point in the future, it will occur. By the way, did you know that ocurrir also exists in English? Occur. This word here, occur. But by the way, never use it in the sense of ocurrencia. For example, in Spanish, we have a sentence or a verb, and we use it as a synonym for idea. We say, for example, se me ocurrió algo, right? But that is not the meaning for English. Occur in English is simply happening. That is to say, something that happens, algo que pasa. That is a synonym. Occur and happening are synonyms. So whenever you want to say something, algo ocurrió, You can say something occurred, but if you want to say algo se me ocurrió, you cannot say it like that. You have to say, I thought about something, or I just realized something, right? But never occur in the sense of ideas, occur in the sense of events, things that are happening. Okay?
Okay, that's a different. Okay.
Yes, occur. So I'm gonna ocurrir, but in the sense of, I'm gonna remark it here, in the sense of events. Happens. Events, something that happens. Something that happens. And what is the pronunciation? It's occur. Occur. This. Could you please pronounce it for me?
Occur.
Exactly. Occur. Very good. Occur. So this is a pronunciation. Okay. Now this is here with yellow, with orange. This with yellow. Okay. So let's read this together. Okay. It says, we use it to talk about events that will be happening in the future. Nonetheless, we never express when will this event specifically happen. Okay? We never use specific expressions to, of course, as I say, make it noticeable. When will this specifically happen? But we merely express that at some point, okay, we don't know exactly when, in the future, it will occur. Okay? So what is the structure for this? We discussed this. It's the following. It's let's remind it here so that we are using the one that proposed here. This is the structure. Will be plus the base form of the verb plus gerund. Will plus base form of the verb. Remind that when we say the base form of the verb, we basically mean that we are not going to be using the infinitive, right? We are not going to use to play, to dance, to sing. We're just going to make it in the base form, play, sing, right? Without the to, prefacing it. Will plus the base form of the verb plus gerund here, gerund. Very good. So let's try some examples. I think that is going to help clarify. So for example, if I say, I will be playing soccer tomorrow, right? Like this. Are we following the structure here? This like to me. I will be playing soccer, sorry here, tomorrow. Is this a correct expression of the future continuous? Yes, it is. I will be playing soccer tomorrow because we look at the structure. Will be, yes. Base form of the verb, yes. Play without the to, right? And also finally we have a gerund, playing. By the way, the gerund always goes with the verb, right? With this verb, the base form of the verb goes connected to the gerund. Okay, we are not using, by the way, the gerund here. We are not saying I will be play soccer. No, we don't say that. We say I will be playing soccer tomorrow. So as you can see, the gerund is for this particular verb, not for this one. Okay, gerund, the base form of the verb. Okay, do you get it, Shirley?
Yeah, got it.
So I will be playing soccer tomorrow. And notice here what I told you. I say tomorrow, right? But I never say when exactly. That is to say, I never mention an hour, or I never say I will be playing soccer at, I don't know, 9 a.m. And as I said, you have to respect this specific rule, okay? Whenever you're using this structure, I will be playing soccer. Basically, this structure, okay? Will be plus the base form of the verb plus the gerund. You are always going to make it noticeable that you're giving a parameter. Do you know what is a parameter, right? Parametro?
Okay, good.
Parameter. It's actually written very similarly to the word in Spanish, parameter, parámetro, and parámetro, parameter. Like that. All right, so as you can see, it's parameter like that. And what else? Parameter. So as I mentioned, it's a matter of I will be playing soccer tomorrow. So this tomorrow for me, if you look at it surely, this is my parameter. And say tomorrow from basically from 00 a.m. until 12 p.m. I have the opportunity to do it, right? Because I'm not specifying at what particular time am I going to do it. The only thing that I'm mentioning is a parameter that I will be playing soccer tomorrow, but I'm never mentioning at what particular time of tomorrow. As I say, it can be from 00 a.m. until 11:59 p.m., right? Can you see that parameter? Tomorrow, simply tomorrow. Yes, you see it, Shirley, or do you have any question there?
Yeah, I have a question for us. What is the difference when you don't use the be?
I will play
Only the I
like
will
this.
play. Yeah.
It doesn't work. I mean, this is incorrect grammatically speaking. I will play in soccer tomorrow because if you're saying estaré, no, estaré jugando fútbol mañana, it must of course be with the verb to be, con el verbo ser, right? Estaré jugando soccer mañana. If you want to, for example, yes, tell me.
But without be, does mean I will playing. That's not the jugaré.
No. The jugaré expression would be I will play without the ing, without the gerund. So as you can see, everything changes. Whenever you want to use an expression like this, I will play soccer tomorrow. This is jugaré fútbol mañana. But when you say it like this, es estaré jugando fútbol mañana, right? Can you see the difference?
Yeah, I can see.
Yes, exactly. So as I say, it's because of the verb to be es estaré, and because of the ing or the gerund is estaré jugando mañana. It's a different expression, right? Of course, what you said, for example, here, we could also express the same idea with this, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Parameter. If we just say, I will play soccer tomorrow. Maybe this is expressing certainly the same idea that at some point of tomorrow, I am going to play soccer, but nonetheless, it's not the same, right? Because in this case, as you mentioned, what is the translation for this sentence? It is jugaré fútbol mañana. But in the case of I will be playing soccer tomorrow, the expression means estaré jugando fútbol mañana. So you can see there's a difference, right, in the meaning and translation. So you have to, as I say, you have to decide what expression would you like to use. In this case, for example, I tell you this is way more formal, right? For I don't know, for thesis or I don't know, paper presentations, it's better to say we will be having the results in a month than saying we will have the results in a month, right? It's better to say we will be having the results approximately than saying we will have the results approximately, right? It's better, of course, to express the idea in this structure because it's more formal, right? So as you can see, the future continuous is something that offers you a little bit more of formality with regard to the future. Can you see the difference?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So let's see one more example. If I say, they will be asking her about the house tomorrow. Oh, not tomorrow. House on Friday. Like that. They will be asking her about the house on Friday. Look at the sentence. Is it following the structure? Let's check it out. Will be, we have it here, will be. We have the base form of the verb. That is to say, we are not using to. It doesn't say here, they will be to asking. No, it says asking, right, directly. So that is what I mean by the base form of the verb. It's the verb without the to. So they will be asking her. Notice the gerund. It is also fulfilled. The gerund, ing. They will be asking her about, about the house on Friday. And as you can see, the sentence is not specific, right? You're expressing that yes, in the future, they will be asking her about the house. And when or what is the parameter you give? The parameter is on Friday, el viernes. They are going to ask her about the house on Friday. That is your parameter. But now, is that specific? Of course it's not, right? Because you are not saying on Friday at 5 p.m. or on Friday at midnight, for example, or in the morning. No, you're not being specific. You're just giving a very loose and general parameter. Okay, so remind that when expressing this type of expression, always give a very loose, by loose I mean, no muy claro, but very general parameter. Okay? Super general. Yes, you got this one, Shirley, or any question about this?
No, this is clear. No.
Okay. So please give me an example here. Whatever comes to your mind.
Okay. She will be dancing in the weekend.
All right. This weekend. Sounds better.
Okay.
She will be dancing this weekend. She will be dancing this weekend. Fantastic. Does it fulfill the structure? Let's see. Will be. Very good. We have it. Then the base form of the verb, that is to say, without using to. Does it fulfill it? Yes. Dance. And the gerund, dancing. And of course, the rest is complement. And as you have done very correctly, in this case, you are giving a parameter. This weekend, okay, this weekend. It can be on Saturday, it can be on Sunday, but you're not expressing such a very specific thing, right? You're simply saying this weekend. It could be actually this Friday as well, right? Because Friday is also considered part of the weekend, right? So Friday night, or it could be Saturday afternoon, or it could be Sunday morning. But well, doesn't matter. You're simply expressing that the parameter for this event to take place is this weekend. Doesn't matter when it happens. The point is that it will happen this weekend. Okay, very good. Fantastic. So let's see the presentation if there's something else. Okay, for example, here. We can also form the future continuous with be going to, by the way, plus be plus the base form of the verb plus ing. The meaning is the same. Look at the comparison we have here. Nick will be playing in the next game. That will be exactly the same than saying Nick is going to be playing in the next game. Okay, so as you can see, these are basically they are well, they are synonyms somehow, synonyms, or they are, I don't know, clones. You can actually use any of these structures, and they basically mean the same. Remember that in conversation and informal writing, we usually use contractions with be going to. He is going to be playing in the next game, or he isn't going to be sitting in the game out. All right, so let me show it to you. By the way, I think that we have not practiced here with a negative one. For example, we could also say, they will not, right? Or well, we will not. We will not be answering. Sorry. Answering the phone this, I don't know, this Wednesday. We will not be answering the phone this Wednesday, right? Look at this. In this case, we're using a negative sentence. We will not be answering the phone this Wednesday. Are we following the structure? Yes, indeed. We will, right? We have it. Will be. We have the base form of the verb answer, and we finally have the gerund, answering the phone this Wednesday, right? In this case, as I mentioned, we're not being very specific, right? Because they are not saying, for example, this Wednesday's, I don't know, 3 p.m. or this Wednesday's, I don't know, midnight, or this Wednesday's middle day. No, they are simply saying this Wednesday, right? General. This will not be happening this Wednesday, right? With negative. Now, as I was mentioning, for future continuous, you have another option, actually. This is not the only structure you can use. You can also use, alternatively, be going to plus They're going to be plus verb to be. Plus the base form of the verb plus gerund. So look at this order structure here. Okay, this is alternative. Surely you can also use it like this. For example, I am going to be playing soccer. Remind that this is the same sentence that we used in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
I will be playing soccer tomorrow. Oh, soccer tomorrow. That word lacked. Okay, so just in case, as you can see, this is exactly the same. I will be playing soccer tomorrow is, well, basically identical. That was the word I was looking for before. I am going to be playing soccer tomorrow is identical to what? To I will be playing soccer tomorrow. This is exactly the same. Okay, so as you can see, the only thing that changes in this case, of course, is the inclusion of going to the structure. I mean, going to, and if you notice here, you're using, of course, as well, the verb to be here. So you're using the verb to be here, because if you remind the other structure, the verb to be was combined with the verb will, or with the auxiliary verb will. Will, for example, as you remind, is an auxiliary verb, right? It's not a verb as such, but is auxiliary. And in this case, if you look at the structure, the verb to be was combined with it. They were linked, right? Will be. They were inseparable. They were always together, working in these expressions and in these sentences. Nonetheless, here, the word will, of course, have been basically ripped out. It is not present in this sentence. And as you can see, the verb to be is alone. In this case, it's lonely. I am going to be here. I'm going to be. As you can see, it's basically isolated, right? It doesn't have the will connected to it anymore, but it's simply I am going to be playing soccer tomorrow. All right. Let's see one more example. Maybe that is going to clarify. She is going to be discussing her thesis next week. She's going to be discussing her thesis next week. Is this fulfilling, by the way, with the structure? Let's confirm it. We have going to, yes, going to. We have verb to be, yes. As I told you, what I mean by the verb to be isolated is that it is not in conjunction with the auxiliary verb will, right? Because if you remind, in the other possible structure, it was always connected and linked with will. They were inseparable, as I said. They were always together working for this particular structure. But now, that case or a scenario is not happening anymore. Verb to be is always alone. I am going to be here, and the base form of the verb plus the gerund, that doesn't change. That is the only part in the structure that remains from the other one. Base form of the verb plus gerund. So let's check it out. She is going to, it's present, is going to, so you can see going to, verb to be, and base form of the verb. Her thesis, discussing, plus gerund, right? Discuss here would be the, until here, we will have the base form of the verb, and from here on, ing, this is the gerund. So these conditions are fulfilled, and we finally have her thesis next week. All right. Any questions, Shirley, here?
Yeah, I know that we're in Go that's the same, but do you use in a special occasion, or does it more polite or no? Or no?
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it is not. I mean, people say it is, but in my experience, this is not. There is no difference in this case. I mean, for this, as I told you, it is more formal. Yes, indeed, to use future continuous instead of simple future sentences. Because, for example, here you gave me an example, right? You said, wouldn't it be the same to write down I will play soccer tomorrow? Yes, and I told you yes, it will be the same. But it's preferable and more formal to use I will be playing soccer tomorrow. That is the future continuous. But now, between the two possibilities of future continuous, I wouldn't say that there is a difference. I would actually say that there is no difference. You can use going to or will be without any type of restriction. They are formal because what is formal is the overall family of these expressions. Future continuous is a formal expression. So within the family that it, okay, I'm gonna express it like this. If the family is polite, this is the family. Then the sons, the little sons, are also going to be very polite. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one you decide to use, because you're using a future continuous expression, it is going to sound polite and adequate for any type of expression you may want to use. Okay. Yes, you got it. Or any other question? Tell me.
No, that's okay. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. Very good. So, all right, fantastic. So we're going to stop here. Tomorrow we are going to play a quizzes. All right, practicing for this. And if you have any question, please try to bring it tomorrow with you so we can complement it here. While we're here, I just wanted to add this word, occasion. How it is, occasion, like this. Of course, ocasión. Spanish. How's it pronounced? Occasion, like this. All right. Pronounce it, please.
Occasion.
Perfect. Occasion. That's it. Very good. So I'm gonna save this. It is September 12th. Yesterday was September 11th, right? Was there any special activity in the university?
No, we don't have. I don't know. I think that we don't have different activity today, yesterday.
Well,
yeah, maybe.
Yes. No, I mean, we're right because they are very, they always have that day on mind, right? It's a very memorable day for America, how they have a struggle against terrorists.
Yeah.
Again, a word that I shouldn't say because we are transmitting to YouTube. I shouldn't say any word like that because they can tear it down. But well, I mean, I hope they understand that we are not that people, right? We're just talking about that. Okay, there you have.
I have a question about the holiday in this. I have my calendar that is holiday in 14
yes.
September.
14, yes.
This is like Cochabamba for day in Cochabamba.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure. To tomorrow or past tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
In Bolivia, you mean, right?
Yeah.
Well, not sure. I'm not sure. Probably. I mean, I am from Santa Cruz, so I don't have any idea about Cochabamba. Well, I mean, I love Cochabamba, but I don't have any relative that is from Cochabamba, so I.
that is wording. That's okay. I remember that, but we don't have class that day, or we can say that.
Okay, you mean that?
Yeah, or we can say for the 24. We are Santa Cruz.
I mean, I don't think there is a holiday for the classes because in my we can check it out.
Yeah, because I had my calendar, I don't have this class.
Oh, you don't? Okay, let me see.
Yeah.
Because what is it? September 14th. What is that on that day?
For Cochabamba. I think
Cochabamba. Oh, okay. Yes, I mean because the company is for Cochabamba, right? So I guess it's just that's the reason. Yes, I guess that's the reason because I mean, if you look at it, it doesn't when it is September 24th. I mean there is no holiday, right? But that is Santa Cruz Day.
Yeah.
But well, I mean they are not from Santa Cruz, of course. There is no reason for them to celebrate. But yeah, I mean, well then if it says yes, as you can see, yes, it says I had not seen it actually. Probably I would have worked if you didn't tell me. I would have presented myself to work. But well, now that you have told me, very good. So yes, we're not gonna have classes this Wednesday, but yes.
So they are for the I can change that for 24.
I mean, I don't think so because as I say, like they are the ones that decide the calendar. I mean, I don't think so. But I mean, you can ask, but I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Because it's okay for you. I don't know that this is
I mean, yes. I mean, for me, it's fine. I mean, of course, I love Santa Cruz, and I prefer. I mean, but I mean, it doesn't matter for me because, anyways, on Saturdays I have more classes. So even if I don't have classes with you, I will have to work anyways. But if you want to change it, talk to Ruth. Of course, if she agrees, for me it's okay.
Okay, I can ask that. Okay, perfect.
All right, fantastic. Very good. So I'm gonna send this. Where is it? September 12th. But she's probably gonna say no because I mean, if she says yes to you, that would mean that she would also have to be taking care of the reunion. But she's probably gonna say no. Trust me.
Yeah.
She's probably gonna say no. Okay. Fantastic. So please help me with the traditional poll. Okay, I'm gonna take your assistance. And there you go. Fantastic. Very good. January 24th. Okay. Mhm.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. Thank you very much, Julie. Very good. Okay. So I'm going to be seeing you tomorrow then, and have a wonderful night. Okay. I see you tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you very much. See you.